Welcome to Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name is Amy Sullivan. I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach, and I am so excited to see you all for today's journey. We're going to get into our hearts and do some twists with our arms and legs and just an overall hopefully feel good for you motion. So today we're going to start as I am sitting in what's called hero's pose or virasana. So I'm essentially sitting on my heels. There's a couple different ways to make this as comfortable as possible. So find the one that suits you best. You could just sit on your heels. If you're really open, the true pose is sitting between your heels. That's a lot on the thighs and knees. So you might want a few assistance just for this one pose. If it feels like there's a lot of pressure on your feet, you can put a blanket down and then sit here. And that's one option. If you're feeling pressure on the tops of your feet, you can also take a block or roll up your blanket. So I'll show you what this looks like from the other side. So if I'm gonna be sitting on my heels and I'm feeling a lot of tension in my knees, I can put a block here and sit on the block and lift my butt up a little bit. Or even really roll and fold up the blanket so that you end up sitting like between the blanket so that you have a little bit of lift and support to bring your butt up. Because sometimes, especially when our thighs are a little bit tighter, it can be uncomfortable on the knees and the thighs to sit so tight. So find a spot that brings you ease and comfort, and if none of those alternatives work for you, you can sit cross-legged. You can also sit in a chair, okay? So you want to find a spot that is comfortable, that allows you to ground down so that you can lift up through your spine. And then option to bring your hands just resting in your lap, or maybe you bring your hands to your heart, maybe one hand on top of the other. I invite you to close your eyes. And just take a moment to arrive here. Settle in, feel your body rooted down into the earth. Feel your spine lifting up. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Just breathing, just being. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. As you inhale, expand, feel the air traveling all the way down into your belly. Expand through your belly. Expand through your lungs, your ribs. And breathe it out, big open mouth sigh. Let's do another one, nice deep inhale here. And a big open mouth exhale. And now I invite you to come into your yogic breath, your ujjayi. Seal your lips together. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Nice and even on your inhales and your exhales. And as you breathe, allow for a gentle constriction in your throat. It sounds almost like a little ocean wave in the background. So you're breathing mildly audible inhales and exhales. So build some heat and some focus. And as you root into your ujjayi breath, start to send your attention to your heart center. And just feel your heart beating in your chest. And start to envision just a glowing green light at your heart center. Just warm and glowing, inviting. Just building from within. Feeling into that inner love, that inner light from your heart. Now taking that good glowing green feeling, I invite you to open your eyes and come forward into our asana practice, our movement. From here, inhale, extend both arms out to the sides like a nice letter T. Stretch into your fingertips side to side. And then as you exhale, eagle arms, draw your right arm under, your left arm over, make a nice X at your elbows, and then draw your right thumb up to your nose. and then wrap your left hand around. So maybe your hands clap, maybe that doesn't feel accessible this morning, maybe the backs of your hands touch, or perhaps you put hands on opposite shoulders. So you feel a nice squeeze of your arms together, and then wherever you are, begin to draw your fingertips or your elbows up and draw your chin down towards your chest. Take a nice deep inhale here and expand through your ribs and your shoulders as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, draw your elbows back down, lift your chin up. And then inhale, unwind. Extend your fingers out nice to the sides. Stretch. Let's do the other side. As you exhale, left arm comes under. Make that X. And then your left hand, touches your nose, and that gives you that space to wrap your right hand around. And maybe you clap your hands. Maybe you grab onto opposite shoulders. And then lift your elbows up as you draw your chin to your chest. Stretch through the back of your neck and your shoulders. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift your chin back up, elbows down. And inhale, rise out. One more time, one more big stretch. Open through your heart. And then exhale, bring your hands down. We're gonna come onto our hands and knees for some cat-cows. Warm up the spine. So align your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. And then spread your fingers out nice and wide, like a bright shining star. Beautiful. And from here, as you inhale, drop your belly down, lift your hips up, heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, cat pose, tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin, root your hands down into the earth to press your spine up towards the sky. So strong. And let's take a few more breaths to movement. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. And a few more on your own. Maybe you add some other motions in there. Maybe you go side to side or wag your tail. Would feel good to you. Give me two more just like that. Great job. Come back to your tabletop in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, from here, start to drag your right toes back behind you. Keep them down on the mat. So they're coming out. Point your toe or curl your toes under rather. Root down with your hands, engage your abs up and in to protect your lower spine. And then maybe you lift your right heel up off the ground, keeping your legs straight. So as you flex your right foot, feel your glute engage and lift your leg up. Maybe you stay right here with your leg extended in the air. Maybe you add your left arm. Find full bird dog. So left hand, it might be out. Abs are up and in and right foot is out. Take a nice deep inhale as you extend even longer from your left fingertips to your right heel. And then as you exhale, tuck and curl elbow to knee. Carve a C out with your belly. Press your spine up towards the sky. Then your abs up and in to support. And then inhale, extend back out. Reach it long. One more time. Exhale, tuck and curl. And inhale, extend back out, grow long. And from here, maybe you bend your right knee, reach your left arm around and grab onto that foot. And then shine your heart out towards the left. If this is not available to you, no biggie, you can drop your right knee down and grab onto it. Or if you're just not reaching, maybe you just bend, or it doesn't reach today, maybe you just bend the foot and reach the arm back. Keep your abs knitted in to protect your spine. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, come back to your tabletop and take a few cat-cows to even out. Find your centered neutral spine. And then from here, spread your fingers out nice and wide and begin to draw your left toes along the bottom of your mat towards the back of your mat, straighten through your left leg, flex your left foot. And maybe you stay right here today, or perhaps you engage your thigh and your glute and you lift your leg up Knit your abs up and in to protect your spine. Maybe you stay here, just left leg in the air. Maybe you add your right arm and extend your right hand out. Your right thumb faces the sky. As you inhale, stretch from your right fingertips to your left heel. And then as you exhale, tuck knee to elbow, reach toward each other. Knit your abs up and in. Root down with your standing hand and leg for support. Nice balance, everyone. Inhale, rise back out, stretch into your arm and your leg. Exhale, tuck and curl once again. Inhale, stretch out, extend. And then bend your left knee, and maybe your right hand reaches around to grab your foot. Pull your foot towards your bum and shine your heart out to the right. And if your hand and foot aren't reaching today, that's no big deal. You can set that leg back down and grab, or maybe you just don't make contact at this point. One more big inhale here. And then exhale back to your tabletop. Beautiful job. Tuck your toes under both toes. Knit your abs up and in and spread your fingers out like a nice bright shining star. Big inhale here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the sky. And begin by walking your dog. Bend one knee as you straighten the other. Root down evenly into all four corners of your hands and send that energy up through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another. Send your belly towards your thighs. And find stillness in your dog if you are still bending and straightening knees. As you root down with your hands, lengthen through your spine. It's fine to keep your knees as bent as they need to. Focus more on that lengthening of the spine rather than getting your heels all the way down to the mat this morning. Take one more big inhale as you bend your knees even more. Look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Take a couple big steps towards the top of your mat. Keep your feet hips width apart. Bend your knees a lot. Maybe you even rest your torso on your thighs. And then option to grab onto opposite elbows here. Maybe you grab your hands behind your back and lift them up and over. Maybe you sway side to side. Play around with bending and straightening one leg and the other leg. And then work your way back towards that place of stillness, still folding forward in your ragdoll pose. Root down through your feet. Tuck your tailbone under and start to curl up to standing. Nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head will be the last thing to come up. And roll your shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to face this way just for a moment. And so, Michelle, I can see you. Is my camera moving okay? Because my cell phone keeps freezing up on me, and I just want to see am I moving or am I frozen? I'm moving? Okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate that, just making sure everything's working on the tech end because it doesn't seem to be working on my phone. So I hope nobody else is experiencing that, but please let me know if you are. We're standing at the top of our mat. I'm just gonna face you guys for a moment. Option to keep your feet hips width apart for a little more stability this morning, or you could bring your big toes to touch, allowing for a little sliver of space between your heels. And then wherever you are, ground down evenly through your feet, and then inhale, fingertips high, mountain pose. Pause here. Spin your pinky fingers towards the front of your space, so roll your armpits toward one another. Root down with your feet, lift up through your spine. Tuck your tailbone slightly under. Beautiful. One more big inhale here, grow even taller. And then as you exhale, open mountain twist to the right. So you're gonna draw your right arm back, left arm forward. Twist from your belly center, so keep rooting down with your feet. Just point your hip points forward, and then twist from your belly button. Yes. Inhale, exalted mountain. Just drop your right hand back behind you. Left arm comes up, stay in your twist. So I'm twisting and rooting up through my spine. Your back hand could rest on your back thigh, or maybe you gently press it onto your tailbone. And as you do so, you can feel that bigger, broader opening through your belly, through the front body. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, stay in your twist, open mountain twist. Just extend your arms out to the front and back. Yes, and then inhale, mountain pose. Now untwist. Lift your fingertips up high, look forward. We're gonna do the other side. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. I'm gonna spin around so you can see my face. And keep twisting from your belly button. Point your knees and hips forward. From here, friends, exalted mountain twist. Stay in your twist. Drop your left hand down. Right arm rises straight up. And maybe your back arm presses gently on your tailbone to enhance the opening and twisting through your front body. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, open mountain twist. Stay in that twist. Open your arms. Inhale, mountain pose. Back to center, fingertips up high. Exhale, micro back bend. Now cactus your elbows out to each side. Shine your heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your tailbone under to lift your heart up even further. And inhale, rise back up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands through heart center. Hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Pause here. Bring your hands to your shins or maybe even up to your thighs so you can parallel your spine to the earth. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Roll your shoulders down your back and root into your feet to lift your thighs up off your kneecaps. One more big inhale here. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back, and maybe you stay up on your toes or maybe you come to your knees here. Wherever you are, root into your hands and then your abs up and in towards your spine. Then roll your inner thighs up toward the ceiling to give you that extra lift. Inhale, come 1 inch forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your elbows really close into your sides as you lower all the way down. Maintain your hands next to your ribs. Cinch your elbows in and point them up towards the sky. Untuck your toes here. Knit your abs up and in towards your spine and press your pelvis down into the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Roll your shoulders back and feel your heart lift. Keep your abs up and press your tailbone towards your heels to protect your spine. Maybe your hands are hovering or maybe they're just barely pressed on the earth. Keep your elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. One more big inhale. Exhale, lower down. We're gonna do that again as a rolling cobra. So adding breath to movement here. Option to squeeze your thighs together, lift your feet. 2 for locust legs. Inhale, rise up. Low cobra, maybe your feet lift, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, lower down, everything, feet and head. Inhale, rise up, low cobra. Maybe locust legs. Exhale, lower down. 2 more just like that. Inhale, low cobra. Lift and squeeze your back body. Exhale, lower down. Last one, make it your best one. Inhale, rise up. Low cobra, maybe locust legs. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, rise up to tabletop or maybe high plank, whatever you're feeling this morning. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. And take a few breaths here. Just reset, recenter. Come back to that glowing green light at your heart center, feeling into your body. As you inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. And as you exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Fingertips up high. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. All right, so we're gonna go through that, what we just did, one more time, but we're gonna take every action breath to movement, all right? So follow along with me, keep your hands to heart center. Again, feet could be hips width or toes together, whatever feels best for you today. And off we go, friends. Inhale, mountain pose. Lift your fingertips up high, root down into your feet. Exhale, open mountain twist to the right. Right arm comes back, left arm forward. Twist from your belly button and shine your heart out to the right. Inhale, exalted mountain. Drop your right hand back. Left arm up. Press your right hand into your lower tailbone. Feel that twist, that rib opening. Exhale, open mountain twist. Keep your twist. Spread your fingers out front to back. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up forward, fingertips up high. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward, twisting your heart to the left. Inhale, exalted mountain. Left arm comes down, right arm raises up and forward. Little twist and a heart opener. Exhale, open mountain twist. Spread your fingers out wide, front to back. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your arms out. Tuck your tailbone under. Shine your heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Hands through heart center as you bow. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. This time we'll change it. Exhale, high plank to low plank. So step back to your plank. Once again, maybe you come to your knees, come 1 inch forward, and then as you exhale, just lower halfway down. Keep your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Now draw your heart forward as you pull your hands back, flip your feet, lift your thighs, lift your throat up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the sky. Beautiful job, everyone. So that right there is a vinyasa, high to low plank. You can take those any way you wish, or you can skip them. You can just go straight to downward facing dog. We're gonna do a few more during class. So you take them or leave them or all modify them to make them yours. From here, friends, inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look forward. At the end of your exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, bend into your knees. Move the weight into your heels and squeeze your thighs together. So you're seeing the side view right now. The weight has shifted into my heels. Here's the front view. You could have feet together or maybe feet are apart, but wherever you are, squeeze those thighs. As you drill into your heels, feel your hamstrings or your glutes light up to support you. Abs suck in towards your spine. Tuck your tailbone under, lift your heart up. Inhale. Exhale, stand on up, very strong. Shake those legs out. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale. Chair pose once again. Sink those hips back. Zipper up your thighs. Pretend you have a dolphin tail on this morning. Rotate your armpits toward one another to lengthen your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, chair pose, airplane arms. Keep your legs just as they are. Just press your palms back towards the back of your space as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel your heart opening forward. Imagine you're stamping the back, your palms of your hands into the back wall. Keep your abs knitted up and in. Beautiful job. Interlace your hands behind your back if that's available to you, or put your hands on your hips. And then everyone inhale, stand up, roll your shoulder blades back and down. Feel that heart opening. One more big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Option to keep your hands behind you as you lower. Bend your knees a lot here. And then drop your chest forward. And then perhaps as you straighten your legs, your arms also rise off your bum. Maybe not. Maybe they stay resting on your tailbone today. And then feel that nice opening through your shoulders, front body. And then release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank to low plank, or maybe you step back to downward facing dog. So maybe you go back straight to down dog, or maybe you come forward and go to your knees and you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. What would serve you best today? I'm gonna flip around so you can see my face for the next part. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Reach your right leg up to the sky as you root down with both your hands. Flex your right foot, inhale. Exhale, scorpion pose. Bend your right knee and now lift your right hip so it stacks on top of your left hip. Keep drilling down into both your hands to give you that support, that stability. And from here, maybe you paint a little circle in the sky with your lifted knee. Awaken those hip sockets. Say hello, hips. Nice to see you. And then come back to stillness with your knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Once again, straighten your leg. Exhale, low lunge. Bend your right knee. Knit your abs in to draw your leg forward and step it through. Drop your back knee down onto the mat. Inhale, low crescent moon. So let's start before the hands come up here. The tendency is to drop into your lower spine, like sway back like this. What we want to do, Tuck the tailbone under, lift your hip points up. Draw your abs in. See how my spine is lengthened and lifted? So that's what we're looking for, is that lengthening. You should feel a little opening through your left front hip, your left psoas. If you aren't feeling that, no worries. Walk your right foot forward an inch. Be mindful to keep your spine lengthened and lifted. Then when you have this strong foundation, then bring your arms up. Palms face toward one another. Frame your head. Inhale here. Exhale, micro back bend, cactus your elbows out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up, shine your heart up. Inhale, come back up with your arms. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your hands forward to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee up. So now you're on your back toes and your whole front foot. Knit your abs in. Inhale, crescent pose, rise up. So we just did this with our knee on the ground, which you can come back to. If that's more supportive for you, you can bring your knee back down. Otherwise, everyone give it a little bend in the back knee so that, just as we did when our knee was on the ground, you tuck your tailbone under, hip points up, abs in, long spine. Root into the heel of your front foot, ball of your back foot, and then maybe that back knee straightens. Inhale here. Exhale, crescent pose, airplane arms. Keep your legs as they are. Press your palms towards the back of your space. Shine your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Knit your abs up and in and start to tilt your torso slightly forward. Squeeze the outer glutes of each leg to give you that support. So strong, everyone. From here, inhale, warrior two. Windmill your arms open. I'm gonna turn around. I was on the wrong side after all. So from here, bend into your front knee and send that knee over your ankle and shift your weight into the pinky edges of both feet. So you feel that opening through your hips, opening through your heart, and then spread your fingertips out nice and wide from start to finish. Beautiful. Inhale here, sink 1 inch lower because you can, so strong. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach out in front of you as far as you can go, and then draw your right arm down, left arm up, and then twist out. Shine your heart out away from your legs. Use your lower arm, your right arm, to press to the inside of your inner right thigh. Maybe that arm rests on the thigh. Maybe it comes onto the ground below, inside. Wherever you are, come back to your breath. Feel that rooting down into both your feet. Your top arm can go raise up towards the sky, or maybe the palm faces towards your face, and then you send your arm up in one long line from your back foot to your front top fingertips. Wherever you are, bring that yogic smile back. Come back to your breath. And from here, friends, root into both your feet. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Spreading out nice and wide. Send your toes out, heels in. Spread through your fingertips. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale. Horse pose with eagle wrap arms. So we'll go into our legs first. So sink your hips just straight down. Your knees will come out in line with your feet. And then remember that first move we did in the beginning of class, eagle arms, right arm comes under, left arm over, and then you either grab onto opposite shoulders, or maybe you wrap your arms all the way around. From here, drill into your heels so you can lift your heart up. Send your knees away from one another. Feel your legs and glutes supporting your core to lift up. So strong, everyone. Inhale, rise back up, star pose. Spread out nice and wide, stretch into you. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, warrior two, back to the front, bend into your right knee. Sink it down low. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Lift your right arm up, left arm back. Stretch through your front right ribs. Take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, vinyasa. Plant your palms to frame your right foot. Spin your back foot in line with your front foot, and then your choice. Maybe you step straight back to downward facing dog. Or if you want a little more heat and action, come forward in that plank. Elbows stay in as you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. 2 big breaths here. We have one more side to go. Take one big inhale. Inside out. Let something go. Make a little space for something better to come in. And we have our left side. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Straighten that left leg, kick it up, root down into your hands to give you that lift and support. One more big inhale here. Exhale, scorpion pose. Bend your left knee and then stack your left hip over your right. Feel that opening through your hips, still drilling down into your hands. Maybe you draw that circles in the sky with your left knee now. Awaken into your hip socket. And then come back to stillness with your circles. Inhale, three-legged dog. Straighten your left leg. Flex your foot, kick that heel up towards the sky. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, low lunge. Draw your left knee through. Drop your back knee down. And then inhale, low crescent moon. So coming back up, we've been here before on the other side. We want to feel a stretch through your left, or your right rather, psoas. So you're gonna tuck your pelvis under, lift your hip points up, knit your abs into your spine, and then lengthen, drill into the heel of your front foot, then your arms come up. Inhale here. Exhale, micro back bend, elbows out, heart up. Look up. Inhale, low crescent moon. Lift your arms back up. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your palms down to the earth to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee. Squeeze your thighs toward one another, even though your legs are technically apart. Abs in, inhale, crescent pose. So full expression now, but same concept. So maybe you bend into the back knee so you can feel that lengthening, lifting up of your spine. And when you have your nice long spine, then maybe the back leg straightens, maybe not. Spin your pinkies forward so your palms face one another. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, crescent pose, airplane arms. Start to bring the crown of your head, your torso forward as you press your hands back, just like we did when we were in chair pose. Press towards the back of the space with your palms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Knit your abs up and in to lift your heart like you're doing upward facing dog. So strong, everyone. Inhale, warrior two. Windmill your arms open. Sink down into your left knee though, this time. And you can bring your hands on your hips till you find your positioning. So root into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot, and the knee is over your ankle. If it's going way forward, that is a sign that you want to widen your stance, front to back. You want to keep this knee behind or above the ankle. Open through your heart and your hips. Fingertips spread out nice and wide. One more big inhale. You look great. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, drop your left arm down, right arm up, heart out. Continue to press into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. And use your arm on your thigh to really leverage that twisting, that opening of your hips, your heart. Beautiful expressions, everyone. From here, friends, root into your feet, knit your abs in, inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in, spread your fingers nice and wide. Reach, expand, inhale. Exhale, horse pose with eagle wrap arms. This time the left arm comes under, and you make that X and wrap around or opposite shoulders. Sink your hips low. And then you can control the range of motion. If you're not feeling like sinking really low today, that's okay. You can have a more raised up horse. And root into your heels wherever you are. Tuck your tailbone under slightly. We have to hold it on both sides so we stay even, right? You got this, right? One more breath. Inhale, rise back up, star. You did it. Exhale, warrior two. Back to the front, bend into your left knee. We're just here for a moment. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Lift your front arm up. Shift the weight into the ball of your front foot now. Feel that opening through your left ribs as you inhale. Exhale, vinyasa, high to low plank. Plant your palms to frame your left foot. Spin the back foot in line, and then maybe you come straight to your down dog, or maybe you come to your knees. What do you need to fill your cup up today? Take that, give that to yourself. You deserve it. Take one deep inhale here. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Let it go. All right, friends, we're gonna do that one more time, but breath to movement. So So we'll go nice and slow and have fun with it. Just dance into your body. Come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi. And from here, inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, scorpion pose, bend your right knee and stack your right hip on top of your left. Open your hips. Inhale, straighten your right leg, even out your hips. Exhale, low lunge, step your right leg through and drop your back knee down. Inhale, low crescent moon, rise up. Back knee still down. Exhale, micro back bend, cactus your arms out, shine your heart up. Inhale, low crescent moon, lift your fingertips up high. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot, lift your back knee. Inhale, crescent pose, rise up, squeeze those thighs together, abs in to lift your arms. Exhale, crescent pose, airplane arms. Same legs, draw your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together, press your hands back. Inhale, warrior two, windmill your arms open, bend into your right knee. Spread those fingers out wide, yes. Exhale, extended side angle, reach forward. Tick-tock your arms down to 6, up to 12, heart out. Root into both your feet so that you can rise up. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in, spread and wide. Exhale, horse pose, eagle wrap, right arm under first. Sink those hips down low. How low can you go? Inhale, rise back up, star. Exhale, find your warrior two, bend your right knee, sink low. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, lift your right arm up. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms, spin your back foot. Your version, what do you need this morning? How would you like to find your way to downward facing dog? 2 breaths here to reset and recenter. On your next inhale, left leg high. Exhale, scorpion pose, stack your left hip on top of your right, bend your left knee. Inhale, three-legged dog, straighten your right leg, left leg. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg through, drop your back knee down. Inhale, low crescent moon. Exhale, micro back bend. Inhale, low crescent moon. Exhale, low lunge. Frame your front foot, lift your back knee. Inhale, crescent pose, legs and abs lift you up. Exhale, crescent pose, airplane arms, same legs. Squeeze your back together. Inhale, warrior two, windmill open. Yeah, you got it. Exhale, extended side angle, reach out in front. Left arm down, right arm up, heart shines out. Inhale, star, open up. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, horse pose, eagle wrap, left arm comes under. Wrap it around, sink your hips down low, keep your heart lifted. Yes. Inhale, back up to star, open. Exhale, warrior two, bend into your left knee, gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg. Lift your left arm up. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank to low plank, or to your down dog, or maybe you take a child's pose for this round. What do you need? We will meet, my friends, in downward facing dog. That was beautiful. Love it, love it. So strong. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a big open mouth exhale, side out. Stick your tongue out. Come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look forward. On your next exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise back up to standing mountain pose, fingertips high. Exhale, hands to heart center, samasthiti, standing at attention. Beautiful job, everyone. Nice flow, how you feeling? So we did eagle pose in some different ways. We're gonna bring it all together into full eagle pose. That's gonna give you an opportunity for a little balance challenge. So you could be at the top of your mat, or you can be like me and come to the wide edge of your mat, whatever's gonna offer you the most space. And then remember our chair pose, our Utkatasana. We're gonna go into that, but we're gonna start with our arms first. Keep it simple. So inhale, arms out. Exhale, wrap your right arm under. So eagle arms, we've been here a couple times today. So again, wrapping them all the way around, or maybe opposite shoulders, whatever floats your boat. And then feet hips width or toes together. And then sink your hips down, bend your knees, zipper up your thighs. Chair pose legs. So feel your glutes igniting so you can lift your heart up, keep your abs in. And now start to feel your weight going into your left leg. Really wrap your outer left hip in, fire up that left glute. Your right leg's becoming weightless. And slowly, slowly, you find your right leg can cross over your left. And then just as you did when your legs, both feet on the ground, squeeze your thighs together. So it's like chair pose, but you just happen to have your legs crossed. And then when you found your stable base here, then you can play around with it. Maybe you sink your hips down a little lower as you lift your elbows up and your fingertips reach towards the sky. A little low flying eagle. Incredible focus. Coming back to that knowledge of that inner glow, that inner light that is you, knowing that you have strength and focus, control, so much ability to hold anything for one more breath. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come back up, rise back up. Maybe you lift your right leg up. One last inch of balance challenge. And then bring it down. Shake it out. Woohoo! That was impressive, y'all. You did great. So let's do the other side. Nice and even. First, just really shake it out. Let anything that happened on that side go completely. That moment has passed us. Other side to go, yeah? Arms out, inhale. Exhale, left arm under, right arm over. Find your expression of your arms. And then when you are ready, sink your butt back, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. So as you shift the weight into your heels, feel your legs fire up, feel your abs knit up and in to protect your lower spine, tuck your tailbone under, lift your hip points up, lift your heart up. Now move your weight over to your right leg. And as you start to really root down evenly into your right leg, your left heel just comes off the ground, like magically lifting your left knee up. And then at some point, perhaps it crosses over. Maybe that foot even wraps around the calf if you have that space in your body this morning. Totally unnecessary though. And then squeeze your thighs together. And then maybe you play around with sinking your hips lower as you lift your fingertips higher. Low flying eagle on the other side. Move your focus, your dristi, to something not straight down, a little bit out in front at least, that you know for a fact is not gonna move. Hold your gaze, your dristi there. Squeeze your thighs together, knit your abs in. Feel that strength within you, so powerful, so strong. And then as you inhale, rise back up. Maybe your left knee comes up for a moment, one last balance challenge. And then exhale, set it down, unwind. Shake it out. Dance it out, you did it. So proud of you. Whew. All right, we have completed our standing portion. We're gonna come on down to our belly. So come back to the top of your mat for one last vinyasa opportunity. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Hands from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you come down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, back to downward facing dog or go through your vinyasa. And then your downward facing dog. Your choice. Last time of class. And take one more big inhale here. And a big exhale, side out. Come forward into a plank pose, maybe on your knees, maybe on your toes, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Slow, slow. Keep your elbows in. And you made it. So, remember at the beginning of class we did those rolling cobras to open up the back and our hearts. We're gonna go into that something similar, but we're gonna do locust pose. So, same concept with your chest lifting. And then if you also incorporated your legs, you're gonna do that too. So option for your hands. You could keep them as you did for cobra next to your ribs with your elbows pointing up. You can bring them down by your sides with your hands, palms facing in towards your hips. Or if you have the space this morning, maybe you interlace your hands behind your back and they rest momentarily on your tailbone. And then when everything lifts, your hands might lift off your tailbone. So wherever you are, hands next to ribs, hands next to hips, or on your bum, squeeze your thighs together, untuck your toes, and then begin by knitting your abs up and in and pressing your pelvis into the mat. That's that strong foundation to protect your spine. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your thighs together, feel your feet and your heart lift off the mat. Maybe your hands lift up behind you. And keep rolling your inner thighs up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. Keep sending your tailbone towards your heels and send the crown of your head forward to lengthen your neck. One more inhale here. Exhale, lower everything back down. Allow one of your cheeks to rest onto the mat. And then bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs back and forth here. This should feel nice and supportive and relaxing to your lower spine, like a little massage. Beautiful job, everyone. And now option to do that one more time, that locust pose, whatever variation you liked. Or you can move into Dhanurasana, which is basically wheel pose, but on your belly. So from this windshield wiper position with your knees bent, you're gonna reach, each hand back is gonna grab onto a foot. And so you'll notice when I grabbed onto my feet, I'm grabbing onto the outsides of my feet. And when I grabbed on, my feet splayed out to the side. So I'm gonna use my hands to draw my feet back in line with my hips. So hips, knees, feet are all in one solid line here. And then once again, wherever you are, locust pose or Dhanurasana, you're gonna have your abs come up in towards your spine, press your pelvis into the mat, squeeze your thighs together, and when all of that is engaged, then you inhale, roll your shoulders back, and kick into your hands as you pull your feet towards your bum. Keep drawing your knees toward one another to keep them in line. Draw the crown of your head towards the front of the space to lengthen through your neck. And as you keep kicking into your hands and pulling up, you'll feel your knees lifting. So you're squeezing your thighs, squeezing your abs, press your pelvis into the earth. Lengthen through your neck, one more inhale. And then exhale, lower it down. Other cheek finds its way to the mat. Windshield wiper your feet one more time. Give yourself some rest, some love. And then take your hands next to your ribs, palms facing down on the mat, and use your hands to press into the earth to lift yourself up. Come into embryo pose for just a moment. So embryo pose is like child's pose, but your legs are together. So just like our very first position, sitting on your heels, but then draw your torso down over your thighs. Let your head come resting down on the mat. And maybe your hands come down behind you, resting by your feet. And give you a nice rounding of your spine after that really deep, big heart opener we had. And if that doesn't feel good, you could do regular child's pose with your knees apart and your arms forward, head still resting on the mat. Or something else that feels good. Maybe your head rests on a cushion to lift you up a little bit off the mat. Wherever you are, take a nice deep inhale in here. Feeling expansion through your back ribs, the back of your body. And a big exhale, sigh it out. And then gently, gently press yourself up to a seated position. And then roll onto your favorite hip so that you can swing your legs around. You're gonna bring your legs out in front of you straight. If you have tighter hamstrings, whatever it feels good to you, you can keep your knees as bent as you need to. For this, we're gonna do a forward fold. So no need to have perfectly straight legs, but wherever you are with your legs, you could even put a blanket underneath your knees for a little extra support, or a block. Flex your feet wherever you are though. And then ground your sit bones down, both sit bones evenly rooted down into the earth so that you can lift up, lengthen through your spine. You notice this lengthening, grounding theme in yoga, right? And then when you're ready, inhale, arms up, palms face toward one another to lengthen your spine even more. Stretch a little bit more, grow taller. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge from your hips and come forward as much as you are drawing down. So imagine that I am grabbing onto your hands and pulling you forward. Feel that your spine lengthen as you draw towards your toes. And then at some point, you let your hands rest, come down, and they find something. Maybe they find your shins or your knees or your feet. And then inhale, halfway lift, rise up to lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, drape forward, hinging from your hips even more. Maybe you come down a little bit more. And there's no prize for your knees and your nose connecting. You're looking for a nice deep stretch through your hamstrings and a little release for your spine. So feel free to curl round your back as much as needed. Feel free to bend your knees as much as needed. Just keep those feet flexed. And come back to your breath as your tool here to connect you in, sending that fresh, rich, oxygenated blood to those tight nooks and crannies. And each exhale is an opportunity to release something down a little more surrender, a little more rest. And then gently use your hands to walk up your legs, slowly making your way up back to a seated position. And then bring your hands behind your bum and start to draw your knees up, hips forward, soles of your feet down. So you're just shifting your hips forward so that you can lie down onto your mat. And then when you are ready, roll yourself down gently, gently to a constructive rest. So knees bent. Find a neutral spine first. So if you're like me, your lower spine likes to pop up. So tuck your tailbone under just a little bit to give that neutral spine resting down on the mat, and then find a figure four. So cross your right leg over your left knee, press your right knee away from your face. Now if you feel a nice, gorgeous stretch on the outer right thigh, or hip rather, maybe you stay right here. Otherwise, you can go a little deeper, draw both knees towards your face, grab onto the back of your left thigh. Keep your right foot, the crossed over foot, flexed to protect your knee. Press your tailbone back towards the mat. And then if it feels good, I invite you to rock gently side to side here. It's the perfect time to release your Ujjayi breath, release your yogic breath, and start to shift your breathing to those longer, deeper, slower inhales and exhales. If you're rocking side to side, come back to center and gently release your legs back down to the mat. We'll do the other side. Right foot is flat down on the mat, left leg crosses over onto the right knee, and then you press that knee away from your face. And if this feels good, you stay right here. Otherwise, you grab onto the back of your right thigh, both knees come towards your chest, press your tailbone back down gently towards the earth. Flex your left foot, the top foot, and then maybe you rock side to side again. Just feeling into your body. Take a moment to appreciate all the things that your body does for you every day, all the wonderful ways it's able to move and groove you through life. And then come back to center, come back to stillness. Gently uncross your legs. Hug both knees into your chest for a moment so that you get that evenly out of your spine. And then keep your right knee in, extend your left leg long. Or if your lower back's not enjoying that today, keep your left foot on the mat, bend your left knee. But either way, draw your right knee into your chest, rotate your right ankle around. Give that leg a little hug and a little squeeze, a little love. One big inhale here. And then as you exhale, supine twist. Use your hands to draw your right leg all the way across your body. Over, both knees will start to roll over to the left side. Stack your right hip on top of your left. And then perhaps if it feels okay, your right shoulder makes its way back down to the earth. Maybe your right arm extends out long. Maybe you even look back to the right. Maybe that's available today, maybe not. Wherever you are, use your breath to deeper, longer inhales and exhales. Drawing yourself closer towards rest and surrender. Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, find your way back to center, onto your back. Uncross your legs. If they're crossed, draw both knees into your chest for an evening out. And then keep your left leg hugged in. Right leg either extends long if that feels good, or you keep your right foot on the mat and your knee bent. And then as you give that left leg extra hugs and squeezes, rotate your left ankle around in a circle. Draw your left knee sort of towards your armpit if that feels good to open through your hip even more. Inhale here. Exhale, supine twist. Use your arms to guide your left knee gently across your body. Over to the right, both knees will go. And then maybe if it feels good to you today, your left shoulder makes its way back to the mat. You turn and look back to the left. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest, nose to knee. One more time, make a little ball with your body. Give your whole body a big hug, a squeeze. Thank yourself for coming to yoga today, for giving yourself 60 whole minutes that are just for you, because you are so worth it. And then take one more big inhale as you squeeze everything, your fingers, your toes, your ears, your eyes, your nose. And then exhale, release, Shavasana. Let your legs come out long, take up some space here. Allow your palms to face up for receiving, face down for grounding. Let any thoughts drift by like a boat on the sea, and enjoy these beautiful moments of Shavasana. Am what I am, and that's all right. That is one of my favorite mantras. As a reminder of how wonderful and uniquely incredible each and every one of us is in our core. And now, my friends, if you would like to continue to stay resting in your Shavasana, I invite you to stay as long as you like. If it's time for you to jump into the next adventure of your Saturday, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your awareness back into the space. Start to feel your breath deepening. Allow any supportive thoughts of love and light to wash over you. And then in the most gentle way, maybe you keep your eyes closed. Find your way to a comfortable seat. Maybe you take a pause for a breath or two lying on your side of choice. And coming back to that concept of love, that imagining that glowing green light from your heart. I invite you, as you come off your mat and out into life, to take little opportunities that are just for you, to give yourself a little love, something a little extra. Maybe it's your favorite cup of tea, or it's a few extra minutes sleep. Maybe it's simply noticing and being mindful of speaking more kindly to yourself. So whatever that is for you, I invite you to try it on for size and give yourself a little extra love this week. With that, my friends, the teacher in me honors, thanks, appreciates the teacher in every one of you. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful rest of your day. Bring your thumbs to third eye center. Namaste. Thank you so much.